Hey guys, Rick here, and today I'm going to be blacking out the emblems on my 2019 Chevy Silverado using Plasti-dip. Plasti-dip is readily available. You can get it at any auto parts store or online. I think I paid $4 for that at AutoZone. And then you're going to wash, clean the emblems, and then you're going to use isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol. It's under $1 at most health places or Walmart. And you're going to clean those emblems just to make sure that they are clean for the prep. I'm using painter's tape here. You can use any form of masking tape. It's only going to be on your vehicle for a short period of time, so it's not going to damage your paint. And you'll see here that I've started putting the tape on and that I've given myself a gap. And the mistake that people make is they often put their tape right up against their decals. The Plasti-dip is going to peel off, and the edges of these decals is going to naturally cut that line for you. So if you butt up right against it, you're not going to have any room to actually peel the Plasti-dip off, versus if you give yourself some room below and above and on the sides, you'll have room to peel that off easily. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of it taped up here, and then we'll be back. Now, one of the cool things about Plasti-dip, you don't actually have to go crazy on your taping. You don't have to mask any other part of the vehicle off. But if this is your first time, if you've not done Plasti-dip before and it makes you feel a little bit more comfortable, then go ahead and add more tape. Just add that additional layer. Trying to do this one-handed here. Just add that additional layer above and below if it makes you feel more comfortable in the event of overspray. But the cool thing about the Plasti-dip product is if you get any on the paint, on overspray, it's going to rub right off. So Plasti-dip is completely removable. So if you don't like the look of it, or you change your mind, all you have to do is peel it off at any point in time. I've used Plasti-dip for years on cars. You can see my wheels there are actually Plasti-dipped, and those were done 4 years ago. So it really does stand up to car washes and time without any issue at all. And so once you get everything taped off, we're going to go ahead and start the Plasti-dip process. And the important thing is that when you start to spray, you start farther out in one constant motion and then you stop. So you don't want to spray, spray. You want to spray. And I'll show you what that looks like. So one constant motion. And your first coat is going to be very light, just like that. You'll still be able to see the chrome popping through. You don't want to overdo it. You're going to build up each coat. You're going to do 6 coats, and each coat you're going to apply more, and that's going to allow you to build that finish up. You can see, so I've already done it on this side. You can see that 6 coats on both the emblems there, as well as you'll see my side mirrors are off. I've done those as well. So 6 coats on these guys, and you can see how nice that finish is. Pretty nice. And again, it's completely reversible, so if you don't like it, you can simply peel it off. Now on this next coat, I'm going to change my angle. So I'm going to spray down so that I can get the top of those letters. You'll notice there, I was much more liberal with the product, and so it looks wet. And you want to build that product up like that, and that's what's going to give you that smooth finish. Is starting outside all the way, building that wet coat up just like that. Now we're going to let that dry for 5 minutes, and we're going to repeat that process 4 more times. So I'm going to go with 6 coats on these emblems. So now we want to be able to pull, and you'll see that that cuts right away. And take you some time to pull it away. You'll notice that nice clean line there. So then we're just going to finish it up, get the rest of this out. This may be a little bit trickier here. Now this has been a little bit harder, but what I've done is I've gotten a pair of tweezers, and then you can start to work this out. Now it takes some time, but you just want to be patient. And using these, you can see there how nice and clean, oops, see how nice and clean that is around those edges. So again, the Plasti-dip is going to cut naturally behind those emblems. And that's another reason why you want to do 6 coats. You want to build those coats up so that you have plenty of, if you didn't have 6 coats, this wouldn't be that thick. And you need that thickness in order to be able to pull this out. So just take your time, and then it'll pull out nicely. So here's another example of where that thickness matters, to where it'll easily pull. So you can see that nice, clean, crisp lines. This, and you can see there is some overspray right there from where the wind was, so I'm sure there's people freaking out, oh my god, you should have covered it. But it comes right off. Use some of that isopropyl alcohol that you've got. If you do get any overspray, just like that, it comes right off. So again, it's a removable product. So if I want to take that back to chrome, I'll just simply pull up on the corner and just start peeling it just like we did to get it off. Really liking the way that's turning out. All right, so that's the finished product. You see, to me personally, looks much better, but that's why I'm blacking it out. Now you see what's next on my list. I'm going to black out the chrome. That's the cool thing about Plasti-dip. You can use it. So now I'm going to start the process of removing the trim on these running boards. Again, you could Plasti-dip around it. It's going to cut just like it did around the emblems. But given how easy it is to take this trim off, these black trim pieces, I'm just going to go ahead and remove it. I'm using a trim removal piece that I got off of Amazon. Just put it under the corner and pop it up. Then it'll start to pry up. You can see the clips there very easily. Easier without holding the phone. But I'm going to go ahead and take these 2 trim pieces off, wash this up, and start the Plasti-dip. So I've got the running board cleaned up, and I have gone ahead and taped on this side just because of the angle. When I go to spray up, I don't want to hit the side of the truck. Again, it'll come off if you get it on, but just trying to make the cleanup as easy as possible. So that's the before. I'm gonna go ahead and start applying. So you can see that first coverage there is just a light tack coverage. can still, you're not trying to get complete coverage. You're just getting a starting foundation for then what will be 6 coats. You won't spray like this, you won't spray like that, because what's going to happen is, as this can gets emptier, it's going to be an inconsistent spray pattern. When you do that, that's where you're going to get runs and you're going to get bubbles and whatnot. So I'll even switch to this newer can to do these long stretches. And again, I'm going to try to keep my can as level as possible. Now I will come in like this, but I'll do that with a fuller can, because when I do it with the emptier can, trying to do like this, you're going to get that inconsistent flow. It's going to splatter bubbles, or it's going to splatter and create bubbles and things like that. And you really want it to be as seamless as possible, just for the looks. Now I like the matte look, the matte black finish. If you want a glossy finish, you can also get this Plasti-Dip glossifier. You'll need to do, I think, up to 6 coats of that, depending upon the sheen level that you want. But you can see there the difference with the running boards, the emblems, and the mirror cap. I did all of that in about 4 hours time today. Next on the list is going to be those bumpers, front bumper and rear bumper, but not today. But I think this is a good start in terms of the direction I want to go, and I hope you found these videos helpful.